I'm thinking about there's that one cartoon, not cartoon. It was a live action show for like kids, and they had this like their version of Walt Disney, and his brain was frozen in the park, and this kid gets into an accident, and then they do like a brain or like a partial brain transplant where they take parts of that brain and put into this kid, and then the kids start seeing cartoon characters everywhere, and they're all talking to him.
That
It's weird.
that does sound kind of familiar. I couldn't place it.
Like, dude, you need help.
Mm. Podcast. Hi, everybody.
Mm?
Yeah. Hi. Hello.
It has been requested that we name ourselves because we haven't done that in like 150 episodes. Hi, I'm Casey, or Flux Casey, as you might prefer. Hi, what's up?
I'm Zero. What's up?
And I'm Sliciness. Hi.
Yay!
That's who we are.
Yep.
Yay! And
If you're just joining us now, man, that's weird.
uh,
Thank you for joining
well,
us.
people do still
then
come here
again-
looking for Kenchi, so you know that's how that goes.
That's fair.
It's
We're also
literally
looking
true.
for Kenchi.
We have gotten comments that are like, "Hey, is this where Kenchi is?" Yeah. No.
Sad.
The answer to that is no. But you know, it's all right.
It is still no.
Also, the person that isn't here with the buttery smooth voice that is like silky chocolate is patient. The patient one. He's the other guy. That was on last
Yeah,
week.
he's been pretty busy lately. Oh, was he on? Cool.
Yeah, he was on this week.
Gotcha.
Feels weird to actually have
So
done an
who's
intro.
going? Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I get it. You got to start somewhere, but like, I just realized our backlog is like 200 episodes or something.
This is
So-
this is 361.
Jesus,
Yeah.
one a year almost. One day, one episode a day for a year.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah. I'm just eyeing that 373 in the distance. That's still not the thing. You've made that mistake. That's 343. That's a different thing.
I'm still gonna do it.
And we're
I'm
almost
still gonna
there.
do it. No, it's wrong.
We'll
Shut
get there
up.
first.
Has anyone actually played Halo Infinite? I hear it's really good.
No, I haven't.
I've heard great things from most of my coworkers that own an Xbox, but like I bought the Master Chief Collection with the intent to play through all the Halo games, and I just haven't.
Well, that would be tricky because I don't think that has all the Halo games. It just has the first three.
No, it has with the DLC added on.
Yeah,
you
it
can get
added
all the
on
games you
extra, so
Oh.
you can play ODST and the other ones.
Reach.
Yeah,
Reach, yeah.
And 4 and 5, I imagine, is still standalone titles, but you know, the Bungie ones would be in the collection. I imagine.
It's okay because 4 and 5 suck. So
People have some fondness for 4, not 5, but 4.
I will say that I liked 4's multiplayer because it did add some things, but the single player was not fun.
Yeah, like the Prometheans or whatever they were apparently not fun to fight.
No, they were terrible.
they had this nasty habit of one-shotting you on Legendary. One of their sniper weapons would just kill you instantly.
Well, let's be real. Everything has a habit of one-shotting you on Legendary. That's kind of the point.
No, that is the difference. Legendary will kill you fast if you're stupid.
Yes.
Oh, that might be my problem.
Instant.
That sounds like it's my problem. Yeah.
Instant and very fast are two very different things.
Mm-hmm. Like typically you have some margin like for error. It's slight, but you still have like a margin for error on legendary. Whereas as those things just no, you just die.
Yeah,
You
I
poke
hope
your
he
head
didn't
out.
like having fun.
Yeah. They had like weird gimmicks for just shoot them in specific spots or something, right?
You could do more damage if you shot him in the head. Yeah, but
I feel like there were some weirder ones. I might be thinking of like Halo 5. I barely touched Halo 5, so I don't know.
that's
Yeah,
fun.
everyone kind of hated 5. Yeah. Not sure who came up with the idea to try and bring the indomitable, unconquerable Master Chief down to basic human level. What wasn't the best idea? It's feel like Bethesda kind of schooled them on that one with the Doom Marine. Like, hey, no, that's not how you do it. Like, it's okay to have just an unstoppable badass as your protagonist. That's fine. Everyone's
Yeah,
mad at that, and there are all these journalist articles and stuff about how that's lame and boring nowadays. No one actually believes that. It's still fucking cool.
it's great.
Like people like feeling like they're unstoppable. It's why they like playing God of War so much.
Yeah. Yeah. God of War was very. God of War is an odd one because you can just die to mooks in that game, but it always feels like it can happen because Kratos is always holding back for the sake of his kid.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, if
sadly
he
though.
went all out, he would be stomping a hole in the fucking landscape. But he doesn't, because his kid would probably die in the process.
Exactly. So it's believable. But like yeah, nobody is bored of playing as a super powerful character. It's literally just um journalists only play on easy mode.
This is
And I
boring.
hate to
He's
be
an
that reductive
unstoppable
about it, but
badass. Like, there's no fun to be had playing this game because there's no challenge. Yeah, because you're playing on easy, my dude. Like, that's what easy is. It's the no challenge mode. Yeah. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Slicer?
it's reductive to say, oh, journalists play in easy mode, but I mean that's kind of
I mean, that is often it is a function of the job that they have to do. Like, I'm making some allowances for that sort of thing just for the sake of, like, there is a time crunch to being a video game reviewer. That's just how it is. You have to
Yeah.
put out 3 articles on fucking whatever controversy that their particular outlet can drum up, and then also come up with like a 1,000-word review on the newest title that takes about 30 hours to play. When those are the numbers you have to run, easy mode starts looking a little more tempting.
oh yeah, no, I don't blame any games journalists that do that.
It's just if you're
It makes
gonna
their
do
job
that,
impossible.
if you're gonna do that and then complain about how games shouldn't make you feel like an unkillable badass, and that's the standard that you're working off of, your perspective is skewed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
you can't really have your cake and eat it too in that sense.
yeah, like, standard difficulty is designed not to make you feel unstoppable, but feel like you can be unstoppable if you get good at the game. Like, that's the goal of playing the game, is to get to the point where your play matches up with what the character is supposed to be. Like, that's pretty much the entire appeal of the Devil May Cry series. Like, it ranks you. It says, hey, you're doing things really, really stylishly. This is what the characters would do. So, yeah, good job. That's the kind of thing that you're going for, and easy just makes that easy. So, yeah, it feels boring.
Mm-hmm. Difficulty in games is always such a hard thing to get right, though.
Yeah, it is.
Like, as somebody who's now DM'd for years, the biggest thing that I have to worry about is balancing and presenting challenges for my players that
Oh, yeah.
aren't a curb stomp one way or the other.
The worst thing you can do is give players a challenge that just ends up into a long and drawn out slog where they're just kind of slugging it out for turns upon turns, and it's just dull. Like, easy, fine, whatever, you're moving through content. Hard, okay, they really have to struggle and think about what they're going to do, but just kind of fights that don't go anywhere is the worst. Like, it's the, what was it? The Prometheans from Halo, again. Like, they're just not fun to fight because they take a fucking long time. So yeah, that's the worst thing you can do is make playing the game feel boring. And that's kind of what easy mode tends to do. But, I'm whispering.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I should I get close to the mic when I whisper? I feel like I should. Yeah, just
You can if you'd like.
so it's a little more intimate. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, audience? You good? You with us? I know we're talking about like talking points that have been done like 1,000 times on podcasts and shit, but you rock with us. You good? Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm in a weird mood, I admit. Like, we started recording like 10 minutes after I woke up. My alarm went off and I was like, yeah, I'm awake. That was fucking... It's the weirdest thing that's happened to me in like a fucking year. Like, I'm actually awake as soon as my alarm went off and I am good to go. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't happen.
Yeah, I've had that happen before. It's a strange feeling to just be wide awake the second you open your eyes.
No, like, the alarm is almost Pavlovian at this point to be like, oh, that's my alarm. It's time to be miserable. Like, fuck. But no, I'm good. Bell rings. Brain tells me to be miserable. Yeah. So, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm happy. That's weird. Been a little depressed for the past few days. I don't know why, but I'm happy. I'm good.
You're here. You're having fun. Good.
Maybe I just needed to fucking talk to people. That might be it.
That might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
When you're just in isolation mode.
Yeah.
Like, going back to the whole difficulty thing, because I do find it an interesting topic.
Oh yeah.
The thing about like DMing, right? Like a Dungeons and Dragons or any tabletop game is you can adjust difficulty on the fly.
Yeah.
And you can be like, okay, well, you guys are finding this. Oh, hey, this character's going to finally come back and help join in on the fight. Or, oh, hey, this new element of the fight is added that's going to balance it one way or the other. Or, oh, wait, no, reinforcements come in for the enemy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that allows you to be like, I screwed this up. Let me just patch it. Patching it live.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, live patch. That was a thing in video games for a little bit, like with Left 4 Dead. Where if things were just a bit slow and a bit too easy and the players were moving a little too fast, then it would just spawn in a fuckload of enemies.
And there's elements of that in like games, and that's super cool.
Yeah.
When they do that, and it's just like, oh yeah, no, it's ensuring them having an optimal experience. But for a lot of games, that's not the case. So, like, kudos to developers who have to freaking play test that and like have a lot of playtesters play it and sometimes play it themselves just so they can understand what the experience is like. That way they can balance it better. Because once you release that out into the world, that first impression is going to be very important.
Yeah. It's not like games aren't malleable nowadays. Like, you can patch things, but first impressions still matter. Like, if you flub your first impression for a video game release, you are going to have a long road to try and get people interested in your game after people have called it shit. Hi, Fallout 76. And so many others.
It's true, yeah. I mean, people still think poorly of No Man's Sky, but honestly, I've heard nothing but good things from people who actually play it.
I have had a different experience of, like, everyone saying, like, hey, No Man's Sky is fucking great, and I have played it, and it's still kind of shit because the bones of that game are garbage. But, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's a very specific gameplay loop, and if it doesn't appeal to you, then it just doesn't. Not going to, no matter how good they would find it.
It's not the gameplay loop, it's how they designed the gameplay loop to be, rather. How they designed it to play. Like, the inventory system was designed from the word go to be clunky and awkward. And so no matter how many times they patch it, it is still going to be clunky and awkward. The bones of the game will always be the same because you can't just patch that away. But yeah, so that's...
In terms of features, though, they've more than caught up with what they promised.
Oh yeah.
They've surpassed it, so, like...
Can build space bases and shit, I think, nowadays.
What did we do this week?
What did you do?
What did I do this week?
Yeah.
I taught 5th grade, and then I taught 4th grade for 2 days.
Ouch.
I don't know how bad that would be because I don't know when that is.
It's right before middle school, so like they're like 10 or 11 years old.
Better than teenagers, that sounds like.
Yeah, they're not. It is better than teenagers. They're still
at the
they
age
still
where they
listen to
listen
you.
to the teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, they still listen to you, but they can be pretty like loud and crazy at the same time because they're still, you know, kids. But it was a lot of fun, even if it was tiring at times.
Yeah.
And when I saw freaking Spider-Man for the 3rd time,
Still haven't
brought
seen it.
Dawn this time though because Dawn hadn't seen it. So if you lived over here, if I lived over there, I would take you to go see it too.
Oh, that's nice of you to say.
Yeah, no problem. I like going to see the movies with my friends.
Yeah.
I like going to the movies in general.
It's a fun experience.
Yeah. Man, I remember when we used to do that.
Do you not go to movies anymore?
No, I mean when we used to watch films together.
Ah.
Do the voiceover tracks, yeah. Anyway.
Can't do those anymore.
Well, we can,
Sued for
but
that.
we just fucking don't.
We can do the Flux watch or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
We always did it in a way that it was legal because it was literally just a video that had audio of us talking over the film synced up to the film. So,
Ah,
yeah. We were always in the clear on that because that's how anyone that actually cares about the legality of it will do it. Like, that's how HoloLive do it and shit. So,
We should do that again sometime.
we should.
Um,
It would probably have to be in place of a podcast or whatever.
yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah.
I watched an anime recently. I gotta look at the wait. Miss Kuro Itsu from the Monster Development Department is the name of it.
Okay.
So you know how there's like Sentai Power Rangers. You have the Power Rangers versus the forces of evil, and they create like the monster of the week for them to fight.
Hmm.
So this is specifically focused on somebody who works for the bad guys, and their job is to create monsters every week.
Hmm.
And and the first sort of little plot is, oh no, the professor, the doctor just hammered out this presentation on our new monster in like 10 minutes. I can't go present this. Stop. Don't make me present this in front of all of them.
Hmm.
this is this is someone who's an engineering student or someone who works in the engineering field.
And then she has to go out and just try to bullshit this monster that was a rush job. It's just this dude in a Loch Ness costume holding a sword.
That sounds
And
pretty cool, not gonna lie.
she's just like lying and being like, but no, it's like this, and it's terrifying form. We'll scare our heroic rival into giving up. And they're like, really? And it's the various troubles that accompany the monster development department, between deadlines, a whimsical boss who changes things at the very last minute and forces you to rush things to match their whims, and budget cuts. It's very funny. All with the flavor of Sentai evil organization. This is my first time watching anime on my own in a while, so I really enjoyed that.
That sounds delightful.
Aside from that, been just. I keep wanting to go back to SMT5, but there's no autosave in that game, so whenever I die and lose like 30 minutes of progress, I'm like, I don't wanna.
I can
What's
relate
that?
to
SMT5 has no autosave. It has
Oh, yeah.
save points that you have to save at.
Yeah.
And sometimes a random enemy can just decide to crit your entire party multiple times in a row and then kill you.
Yeah.
Because you get a game over whenever your main character dies.
They went back to that? What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why? I thought they grew out of that.
So that means whenever my character dies, which he can die very easily if he gets focused down and crit multiple times in a row, which happens.
Happens a lot, honestly.
I lose all of the progress that I just made, which is very frustrating to deal with. If I could save anywhere, that would be different, but because I have to save at these specific save points, it becomes very easy to not want to go backtrack all the way back to that one save point. Actually, you don't have to backtrack. You can push a button just to return to save points easily, but it also means I have to go run back to where I was, which means running through hordes of enemies, trying to not get into an encounter.
SMT is in an odd position, I guess. Because, like, Persona is the one that got popular. So, Persona can be modernized to fit a more broad audience because it has a more broad audience. But mainline SMT does not. So, it's kind of expected that it would cater to people that want the experience of what those games have always been, which is kind of a little older fashioned, a little jankier, a little rougher, with a few more of the old fashioned design concepts.
I guess, but like, I don't know. It's frustrating.
I'm just saying from like a developer's perspective. They have the series that everyone has suddenly decided they love and want more of because it's so stylish and cool and flashy, and so they wanted to play like the games that those people would expect it to play like, and SMT does not have that built-in audience, so they kind of feel like they have to still cater to the audience that really liked how kind of fucky those games could be, for lack of a better term. Like, they feel like they have to cater to that audience that still and always has really been there for SMT, because that's the only audience that series can rely on.
Mm-hmm. I do think, though, if you could just have a button that says retry the battle, you know?
Like Persona does.
Yeah. That'd be nice. Now, they have that for, like, I think they have. Do they have that for bosses? I don't think they do. No, they don't. They don't have it for bosses either, as far as I know. Unless it's, like, very specific bosses that have it. But, like, that way, just having that quality of life feature would mean that if I just get crit to death, I can be like, okay, that was BS. Let me try a different. Let me try again. Give me another shot. That wasn't really something I could control in that situation. Like, I know these are difficult games, but I would like my time to not be wasted.
Yeah. That is a flaw of how turn-based games tend to be. Of like, hey, we're gonna have crit systems for critical hits that are entirely random because we don't have ways to do it by skill. So it is entirely possible to just get fucked, even though you did nothing wrong.
And because crits give you an extra turn in this game, that means that if they crit you multiple times, that means they have more turns to potentially crit you more.
Yep.
Or just hit you for damage.
You get into a cycle. It's bad.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you lose like that, you learn nothing. Like, you got crit over and over again. Best case scenario, you try some crit reduction skill or things like that I believe exist in SMT. I haven't actually checked. And then it can still happen, though. And you can still get fucked. Compare that to Dark Souls, that has very... everyone loves to compare everything to Dark Souls. I know it's a little gauche, but still.
If you get backstabbed in Dark Souls, you're going to be like, okay, that's my bad.
Yeah, it's your fault, and it feels like you learned something. Even if you have to go all the way back. Even while you're going back to where you were, you're still learning things. Like, that's a game where even failure can be rewarding because you feel yourself getting better. You feel like yourself improving and learning more how to manipulate the game, yes, but also fight better. Like you're getting better at the game as you play it. Whereas turn-based games don't have that skill portion. That's it. It's just, are you doing the very basic things correctly? Yes. Okay, then if you're still failing, then your numbers aren't high enough. So go get your numbers higher. That's what it is. It doesn't that makes the whole save points and having to redo sections feel completely unsatisfying because you did nothing wrong and you like you said, it's just wasting your time.
Yeah, so I can't really work up the motivation to go back to that game right now. But I've just been, reading some stuff, some like manhwa and webtoons and whatever, in my spare time. And Pokemon Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus comes out on Friday.
Oh
Which
yeah,
I am
that's a
excited
thing that
for.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently the starters have specific Hisuian final evolutions.
Oh, okay, cool.
Even though it's just Sinnoh. But alright. Sure, why not?
Well, no, it's from different. You have different starters, because it's from different gens,
Hmm.
which are the one Rowlet from Gen 7, and then um, Cyndaquil from Gen 2, and then Oshawott.
Yeah, but I mean just like, yeah, okay, but it's still just Sinnoh, though. Like, Hisuian version sounds really stupid when it's fucking Sinnoh, though. That's the region.
Hmm?
It just feels a little bit silly, but whatever. That's me
They,
being a cantankerous old asshole. That's fine.
I think it's to differentiate it because it's specifically like ancient Sinnoh, and if you say Sinnoh, then people are going to be like, "Oh, from Gen 4," and like it's not entirely accurate. It's its own thing.
It's it's kind of accurate though.
Yeah, but it would cause confusion to people who aren't really in the know.
We're back to whispering a little bit, guys. I'm sorry about that. I know we did it before. It might have been a little bit uncomfortable.
You're the one who's whispering.
It's just
Am I
you.
too far from the mic?
Just
Let me
you,
just
buddy.
get close to the mic. Okay, though. So I know the last time we did the whispering thing, it was a little uncomfortable. It's a little intimate. I don't. I just want to be close to you. Is that okay? Yeah, that's okay. We're all good with it.
Anyway,
All right.
we have the silhouettes for their final evolutions, um, which I'm going to post.
Oh yeah. How do they look?
They look Japanese.
I'm waiting for you to post it.
Posted in the
Still not up,
recording
guys.
chat.
Just let you know. Just waiting for it.
It's posted in the recording chat. Scroll down.
I'm looking at the wrong channel. That might have been my bad, you guys. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it. That was me. That was my bad.
Looks like there's a freaking straw hat wearing Decidueye.
The one on the right just looks like a fucking Typhlosion. That doesn't look any different.
It
does,
has,
actually, yeah.
yeah, it does. It has the Japanese flames coming off of it, rather than the collar of flames.
That doesn't mean anything. Like, you can't see the front. Because it's a silhouette.
The style of flame is entirely different. Stop doing the whispery thing. This isn't ASMR.
I can't help it. I feel so close to you guys. I just want you to know. That's all. That's all it is. Don't make it weird.
Anyway,
I love that so much. Just the one being weird, just going, don't make it weird.
I am excited for Pokemon Legends Arceus because it means I can dodge roll God's Judgment. because you're gonna have to fight Arceus, and it's right there, and that means I'm gonna have to dodge roll because you can dodge roll in that game.
That's fair. I mean, yeah.
Not this time, God.
Dodges to the side.
I have the
How
power
did
of
that?
moving to the left.
How did the kid do that?
Nice try, jackass. Next time, give it your A game.
I'm really interested to try it out because I haven't watched a lot of the pre-release stuff. I know for a fact that it's technically not open world in the sense that like Breath of the Wild is. You have different like zones that you move through, which that's cool. Gonna catch some Pokemon. I hope it's good. I hope it's a good game. It's departing from a lot of the traditional conventions of Pokemon, so hoping it's good.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered it through like Amazon, which means I get like a Garchomp kimono for my character. I don't know what that looks like, but oh yeah, I'll wear a Garchomp kimono.
Fair enough. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah. Aside from all of that, I can't think of anything. So I was watching a lot of YouTube videos about both bad police officers and good police officers. For some reason, I was on a trend. This YouTube channel, Audit the Audit, where it was grading different encounters with police. It's just like, this police is totally making things up, and this other police officer sees him and is like, yo, what are you doing? That's not the law.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens with sad regularity.
Or sometimes it's just like, no, this person's got wrongly taken in by the police or held, and now they're suing, and now they get lots of money. Know the law and record everything. Anyway, how you guys doing?
Was that everything you had? Yeah.
Everything I can think of at the current moment.
Yeah. I did watch a similar channel to what you just described, which would be some videos from this. This was actually a thing that I watched a while back, actually, like around the holidays. Just randomly popped up in my YouTube feed, which was Fire Department Chronicles, I think it was. Which is pretty cool. Giving an insight into how American fire departments tend to run, with comedic skits a la Mighty Keith, only instead of video games, it's fire departments. And he's also done some riffs on how firefighting is depicted in television, which includes him green screening himself into the scene as an additional character. It's pretty fucking good. And he also does like clips at the end of him just doing the green screen acting of what he actually did, but just like on the green screen. It's pretty funny. But yeah, it was kind of eye-opening on like how that kind of shit goes. Because you hear about a lot of different like emergency services of just like how shitty they are in terms of how much crap they have to deal with. Fire department's not really one that you see very often, so it was good to get insight into that. Well, you see a lot of paramedics, which he does get into because they're very related, and police, obviously. That not going to get into it, but yeah, it was interesting to see that particular job and the weird life that it leads to. I did not realize that. I don't know how we do it in this country, but I did not realize that firefighter shifts in the US were basically 24 hours on and then 2 days off. That feels nightmarish to me in a way that I wasn't expecting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a little bit.
I had a friend who lived up in New York and was a volunteer firefighter, and like I don't imagine that would have possibly worked when he was going to school to do like full time.
Mm,
That would have been nuts.
yeah. Yeah, that was a fun channel to look at, though. I very
Okay.
much recommend checking out some stuff from that.
It's really interesting because depending on where you live in the U.S., requirements to be a firefighter are drastically different.
Oh yeah,
Because like if you live in New York, yeah, you go become a firefighter. It's easy, right? They need firefighters. It's lots of building fires and everything.
yeah. It's
But if
fucking
you live in
metropolitan
California,
areas,
you need a lot of training because there can be some huge fires in California.
Yeah, that's a very different. That's a different job, let alone a different skill set. Like fighting wildfires in California is looked down upon by some people, and that is something that this guy from this channel is like kind of pissed off about because it is backbreaking labor in seriously dangerous conditions to fight wildfires. Like people saying, "Oh, you just fucking dig a ditch and you're done." Yeah, you dig a ditch for fucking miles upon miles while a roaring flame just sort of bears down at you at incredible speed, and you just better hope that that ditch fucking stops it, because otherwise things are about to get bad. Yeah,
That's so hard.
yeah. That was a cool thing to watch though for me. I very much enjoyed the insight into that kind of lifestyle. It was very interesting. I also watched the video that Greek guy posted in general chat. Not Greek guy, Lobo. It was Lobo. I give proper credit to the person that posted the thing. The problem with NFTs.
Oh yeah, I have that video queued up. I was gonna watch that after this.
It is a very good video. It is a very meaty video. You kind of need to pay attention to it while you're watching it. It is dry. It is mostly a guy talking into a camera on a blank wall behind him. But it explained everything about cryptocurrency and NFTs to the point where, like, you know, FOMO concept, fear of missing out, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had that pretty bad for, like, I want to say 2016 to 2018, somewhere around then. I don't know the exact dates, but, like, when Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that shit was really exploding. And it was like, hey, it has increased by 10,000%. So if you had Bitcoin, you're probably over the fucking moon right now. And I'm like, I could have gotten in on that. Not only could I have gotten in on that, I could have gotten in on that in 2011 if I really wanted to. Because I saw, like, the early adopters getting in on that. And I thought, hey, that could be kind of cool. But I just never bothered to get into it because it seemed hard. So, you know. That was apparently by design, mind you. But, so I could have gotten in on that, and I really regretted not getting in on that at the time of, like, 2016 and whatever, when everyone was supposedly making massive bank from it. No. Just no, basically, in terms of that. Like, no to the FOMO, no to the everyone making bank. It was all very, very theoretical. because while Bitcoin was incredibly valuable in terms of what people valued it at, you couldn't actually cash out at the time.
It's just monopoly money.
Yeah, it's monopoly money until people actually start using it to buy things. So all you could use Bitcoin for at the time was buying illegal drugs.
Oh,
And then Silk Road was shut down, so you couldn't even buy that anymore. So then the NFT thing came out, and that was literally just for the sake of people being able to buy out of crypto. Because that was a thing people were buying and selling for real money, and that enabled people to include crypto within it because NFTs were done via crypto. Through blockchain, rather.
huh.
So
I hadn't made that connection before. Okay.
yeah, that's literally all NFTs are for. Is so the people that got in on the really really big scam back in the day can get out and get all the money they supposedly earned that they hadn't really earned. It's a scam to save people from the scam. Basically. I very much recommend watching the video. It's 2 hours. I still recommend watching it because just understanding what all of this shit is probably going to be really important for avoiding it and getting other people to avoid it. Because,
Yeah,
oh boy.
I don't know anyone that's into any of this, so I'm actually really glad about that.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's not a good scene. And it is very cultish.
Yeah, it is.
Like, not just, hey, we're all super into this, it's great. It's, hey, we're all super into this. So if anyone says anything negative or has any doubts or expresses anything like asking real legitimate questions about, hey, where's this actually going to go? Like, do we have plans for how this is going to go so we can actually make money? If you say anything like that, you are out of the community. Fuck you. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, we've got no room for that here, motherfucker. We don't do that shit. Everyone's gonna make it. Make it doing what? Doesn't matter. We're all gonna make it. It's really fucking creepy.
fun stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah. Watch the video. He explains it a lot better than I can and goes through like the whys of everything, dating right the way back to the 2008 financial crisis, which is very important, it turns out, in terms of what crypto and NFTs are all about and why they exist. But yeah, if you won't watch the video, don't get into fucking crypto or NFTs. It's all a scam from top to bottom. It's scams all the way down.
I would say I'm not surprised, and that's true. So.
It's people have been saying it's a scam. It's a scam.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's easy to just say it's a scam and believe that. It's a different thing to know that.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing where it's so much information about what NFTs are is just hard to understand for the average person.
Yeah, that's on purpose.
And like you end up having a lot of people who just are like, "Hey, we'll do an NFT," and they don't actually understand what it is they're doing. And then you have people who like, "Yeah, we'll do an NFT," and they're just in on the scam.
Yeah.
So you never know if somebody says they're going to do it, whether they're just ignorant or an asshole.
It's the worst kind of culture. Because what happens is you have the people that are in on the scam, and they sucker in a whole fuckload of people, right? And you get the people that are completely sucked in, and they're like, yeah, okay, wag me, we're all gonna make it, we're all gonna make it, we're all gonna make it. Chant it 1,000 times and it'll come fucking true. And then you've got the people that are a bit more canny and realize, oh, hey, oh shit, I got sucked into a scam. But if I sucker in all these other suckers, then maybe I can get out. So it's a scam that turns people into scammers.
Yeah, that kind of reeks of religious zealotry, seed money, evangelist kind of shit.
Yeah. So watching that video made me kind of angry about the whole thing. But it was an angry of understanding rather than an angry of, I don't understand this, and it feels really, really like a scam, you guys, but I don't know enough about it to actually say with authority. No, I can't say I have the authority to say it's a scam. But I have a lot of information now that I didn't have before, and a lot of understanding that I didn't have before, and I feel very, very confident in saying it's a scam. So it feels better, despite the anger, because all that FOMO and everything, gone. I'm so glad I didn't get in.
Yeah, stay out. It's good to stay out.
Yeah.
You start playing with Monopoly money, and then you find out that somewhere along the way, your wallet's gone.
Essentially, yeah. And it's owned by the person you know is next to you, and they're telling you to buy something with it, and they won't give it to you. Or some, I don't know where that metaphor falls apart, but
yeah, like, I think the part that made me saddest was the part where people will buy these stupid NFTs of the stupid fucking monkey things, and they get scammed out of their scam by someone posting a fake link so they can steal the NFTs. And then because of the way blockchain works, whoever has the key owns the thing. The system does not acknowledge the concept of theft. That is not a thing that it accounts for. So if someone steals the key to the thing that you have, then they have the thing. And there is not shit all you can do about it because none of this is regulated yet. So then all you can do is tell one of the very few and very sketchy authorities that exist for this sort of thing, hey, these things are stolen, so please deactivate them. Because that's literally all I can do. All you can do is stop someone else from getting the thing that they stole from you. And then these people buy the NFTs again. They buy a new key. Again. For the same thing. That has no value.
yeah. When you're in, you're in.
It hurts me just thinking about that. Like being that deep and being that screwed over. Yeah. So that was the thing that I watched. It was very interesting, very worth watching. Everyone watch that. That's it's so fucking important just to not get involved in this crap.
Yeah.
What else did I do? What else did I do?
What else did you do?
What else did you do?
What else did I do? What else did I do? I'm trying to think. What else did I do? I think I'm going to stop now. That's 3 times is enough. Okay, so
You sure?
what else I did?
I gotta go for 4. All right.
No, don't want to. You don't want to overplay the bit. I guess is where I am.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The fucking Fate Go event is shitty and I hate it. I'm gonna just say that. Yeah.
Oh, I've been
As someone who doesn't play the game, it feels like that's the case every time.
Not every time. A lot of them are very
this?
fun. This one is designed to be a slog and miserable, and I hate it.
Oh. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I actually like this one.
You can like it thematically. I don't know why you would
duality
ever
of
like it
man.
mechanically.
The mechanics is what I like about it, actually.
You baffle me.
I like getting to use all of my different units instead of just brain deading it. I like the variety.
You still brain dead it. You set a single AoE servant, give them a scope, and then fucking nuke the
Nah,
one
that's
wave
not
of
how
enemies.
That's not how I'm doing it. I'm using 3 servants of the different classes, putting the event CE to get bond up, and then I'm just bond farming with everybody and getting all their bond up so I can unlock all the interludes I haven't unlocked yet.
Yeah, but you have to reset your party completely every single time. It's miserable.
It takes like 3 seconds.
For 200
You bam, bam, bam.
rounds.
Yeah, I do a little bit every day.
You're a crazy person.
And I'm making my way through it. I'm almost done.
I don't understand how anyone could enjoy this event, to be perfectly honest. It is baffling to me.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, I mean, good for you, but, like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I have my own way of doing it that's fun for me.
Yeah.
What can I say?
I think I'm done with Rogue Legacy 2. The additional mechanics were interesting for a little bit and now are very, 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 very dull. They bolted some interesting things onto the game, and they were interesting for a little bit and have very much lost their luster far before the main gameplay loop did. So they are just now obstructions to fun. So yeah. Also, the New Game Plus stuff it really pisses me off. Like that is an awful way to design a game.
So, what do you mean with the New Game Plus stuff?
I mean it locks out certain content until you go into New Game Plus. And I don't mean a super special boss fight. I mean, like, 30% of the game content is behind New Game Plus.
That's... Because, like, I have my own gripes with some New Game Plus stuff, because, like, there's, like, 3 different endings, 4 different endings for, like, SMT5, and depending on which ending you get, it unlocks a new thing for New Game Plus. So you're encouraged to go through and get all those endings.
For a 100-hour RPG, well, is SMT 100 hours or is it like 50?
I don't think it's as long as a Persona game, but I imagine it'll be much faster on New Game Plus. It's roughly 70 hours on a first playthrough. But
that's a lot of time to invest.
Yeah, and if you do this one ending, then you can fuse demons without worrying about a level limit. And if you do this one ending, you get a special new demon that's only you can get by doing this ending. And if you do this ending, I don't know, you get a new feature as well. But you can only get the true ending on New Game Plus. Which is irritating.
Yeah. Rogue Legacy 2 has 6 sets of armor, which is one of the major, like, every set of armor has its own mechanical bonuses. Like, if you get the full Sanguine set, then it lets you do lifesteal, things like that. There are 6 sets in regular New Game. There are another 8, I think, locked behind New Game Plus.
Okay.
Runes, very similarly, there are, I think, maybe half of them that you can expect to get in regular New Game, and the rest are locked behind New Game Plus.
Jesus.
And all of that stuff is other things that will dramatically change how you can play the game, because those bonuses allow you to do very specific things that you just otherwise can't. And it feels like putting so much stuff behind New Game Plus that when you finish a game, you should be pretty much finished with the game. I think I've said this on a previous episode when I was talking about this game. If you go into New Game Plus, it's because you really like what the game has to offer and want to keep playing it. It should not be a requirement to see all the content in the game to go into New Game Plus to do it. Bonus bosses, there is an argument to be made. But genuine full story content, which is a thing that is only unlocked by New Game Plus in this game, no, don't do that. New Game Plus is for extra shit. That's what the plus means. Sorry, what were you going to say, Zero?
I think that New Game Plus with like bonus bosses, that's super fine, or like additional things to make it fun is nice, but the requirement of having to do New Game Plus to do certain things, as I've grown older and my amount of time which I can play games has decreased, it's more frustrating.
Yeah. Like, the entire concept of New Game Plus is just, I want to keep playing, and I very much enjoy this game. I have had the full experience of the game, but I want more, so I'm going to play more. Usually that feeling doesn't last very long, because once you finish the game, there's not really much more to unlock. And I can see the idea behind locking a bunch of content behind New Game Plus for that reason. It's like, okay, people really enjoy our game and they want to play it more after they've finished, but there isn't really anything more for them, so they're going to fall off. So let's put more content in for New Game Plus. And that's not great, because it just feels like people are missing out during the regular game and they don't want to do New Game Plus. Like, New Game Plus is a very niche thing. It's nice when it's there, but most people don't actually give a shit. Like, so many people don't even finish the main game, let alone go into New Game Plus to play after they've finished. So really hiding content behind New Game Plus is just kind of asking people to be annoyed at you, is what it feels like. Like, remember Nier Automata? Like, I think we all love that game.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Did Slicer play it? Slicer, did you play it?
Yeah, I did. I beat it, actually.
Yeah. Like, that Some people described that as New Game Plus. That's not what it was.
No.
They framed it very, very badly in that game. Because they treated it like it was New Game Plus when it wasn't. That was straight up extra campaigns.
With Near Replicant, because they did the whole re-release with the remake and everything. Even then, when you have to do a New Game Plus thing to get to that true ending, it is literally... It's a short game to begin with, but also you're starting from halfway through the game when you want to go on subsequent runs through to get to what you're getting. And that's manageable, right? The fights, everything that I can skip all the side quests because I've already done them. I can skip that. I can skip this. So just running through the mainline content, that takes a couple hours, but it's not like a huge time loss. You know, and I get to see some new things while I'm doing it. But if you're going to expect me to sit down and play a 70 or 100 hour RPG 3 times in a row, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like, according to Steam, I have 81 hours in Rogue Legacy 2. It's probably not actually that high, I'll be perfectly honest. It's probably closer to 40 because I leave it paused and do other stuff because it's a very light load game. It doesn't take much memory or CPU power.
And that's what happened with me with most Persona games.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's still a 40-hour game in which you're unlocking very, very little because it wants so much of it to be behind New Game Plus. Like, there are different kinds of chests in the game. There are basic chests that are just money. There are metal chests that are supposed to have equipment in them. There are fairy chests that are supposed to have runes in them. For about 80 to 90% of my playthrough of that game, every single chest just had money in it because there was nothing else for me to unlock. Because everything was behind New Game Plus. I literally couldn't get anything new. That's shitty.
Yeah, that's a level of refraining from adding content that I'm not okay with.
It's a weird circumstance of being like, I know I had fun playing the game, but I don't feel good about the time I spent playing the game. Because it felt like it was really trying to drag itself out, but at the same time giving me no excuse for them to drag it out. Like, the content just wasn't there to excuse the fact that it was going on so long. Yeah, so that was a frustrating game more than an enjoyable one. Probably is how I would phrase it.
It sounds like it was fun for a while, at least, but yeah.
Mostly, I just kind of want to go back to playing Rogue Legacy 1. Is how I feel about playing Rogue Legacy 2 anymore. Yeah, but maybe the first one though. is where I stand right now. They are soon to release the final boss, which is the last update of the game for early access. It is still in early access, but we are well past the point of them rebalancing any of the shit that is kind of shitty. So I will probably go back and finish the game, such as it is. Oh no, I won't, because I went into New Game Plus, because that's how it works. Because, they hadn't released the final boss yet, so it just kicks you into New Game Plus. Well, you can choose to go into New Game Plus. So I would have to play through the entire game again to get to that. So I guess I'm done with that game, is where I stand with it, because I don't want to do that again.
Does it like consume your file when you do that, or?
Once you go into New Game Plus, then everything resets, so you have to beat all the bosses again.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I know in some you can essentially make a copy of your save game. So in one you can go into New Game Plus, and the other one keep it as is.
Yeah, no, that's not how it is in this one. Because the thing is legacy, right? It's everything's moving forward constantly. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of just want to go back to playing Rogue Legacy 1 again.
Yeah, looks like Rogue Legacy 2 didn't leave a very good legacy.
That's a shame. I won't go so far as to say I regret playing it, but I am kind of disappointed by it. So that's a shame. What else did I do? I am almost done with cross-posting all my shit to fanfiction.net. I am still... I've gradually gotten less shit from people as the chapters have been coming, which is weird. It's very strange to have seen the shift in that website, I guess. From
the shift, how?
It used to be a hug box, and now it just seems like it's full of cantankerous assholes like me who only complain about shit, like I did for the past 20 minutes talking about Rogue Legacy, only talking about fanfiction. So, very, very strange to see that. Of just like previously, it would be a lot of just very short, very simple reviews of just like, I really like this. This was cool. Thank you for writing it. And now it's like 6 fucking paragraphs of people saying, hey, this is why your story is stupid and wrong and I hate it. Like, that's an interesting change. Like, It's weird because it makes me doubt myself, even though I know for a fact that I'm a better writer than I was, like, 7 or 8 years ago when I stopped posting on FFNet. Very strange experience. But, it is what it is. Yeah, so that's almost done. I'm almost caught up with that. It's just a couple more chapters just one more chapter for one story, and then 10 or so more chapters for the other one that is harder to do and more work because I have to edit it at the same time.
Oh, right. I forgot you were resetting your perspective.
Yeah, the tense from present to past. Yeah. Yeah, that one's got like 10 chapters left. So that's... but, it's fine. It's almost done. Beyond that, not much really going on. Yeah, I don't think I've got much else. I have stopped playing Fallout 4 again for lack of time more than lack of desire. That's how that goes. So, yeah. How you doing, Slicer?
Oh, pretty good. I found a new YouTuber to watch who's been operating for apparently years. I'm going to try and get his name up.
That's always a nice feeling.
Yeah. He makes 1 to 3 hour long reviews of like either games or game series, or he's got a couple videos where he compares 2 different series. Like he compared The Long Dark to Firewatch, I believe, of like which one did Wilderness better. And So it was pretty good.
That's kind of an interesting topic of wilderness. Of like,
Who is that? He never said the name.
I'm looking it up now. One
yeah,
second.
he's looking
okay,
it up
sorry.
now.
I don't currently have any of his videos open right now. Noah Caldwell Gervais. His name is just his username is just his name.
I feel like that name is familiar. Noah Caldwell, at least.
Yeah. In addition to making fantastic content, he also does this thing where no matter how many patrons he has, he will always, at the end of every video, thank everyone who's donated more than $10. It doesn't matter if that takes him 20 to 40 minutes. He will do it. So I think that's pretty cool, even if it is kind of a gigantic time sink.
Yeah.
Because he's got quite the number of supporters these days, and that's really nice. I am happy to see someone doing so well who puts so much heart in their videos. I believe it was actually his Disco Elysium video. I think it might have been someone very similar, but that helped me realize that I will, in my current living situation, never be able to properly appreciate Disco Elysium. I don't have the time or the attention span or the willingness to put that much time into something to properly appreciate the story of that game.
I'm so glad that he doesn't have like a front page video that autoplays, so I can actually look at the channel.
Yeah, that is totally fair.
Yeah.
Is that a thing you can turn off, or you just don't have an opening channel video?
Yeah, that's a thing you have to set. Like, we have one set, but I haven't changed it in fucking. I think it's still episode 100. Like, holy shit! But
Probably.
like, yeah. I don't know anyone would actually watch the front page video for anything. I literally just click through to, hey, what are your videos? Have you got anything I'm interested in? Yes, cool. I'll watch that. No, okay. I'm gonna close your fucking channel then.
Brutal.
Like, if it's a front page video, then 9 times out of 10, it's the video that brought me to your channel anyway, so I've already seen it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just looking through his fucking video backlog, to be honest, so feel free to...
Fair. It's quite the backlog. Like I said, he only updates like once a month or once every couple months, but he's been going for years, so there's a lot of content to binge watch if you want.
I have seen a Last of Us 2 video. I'm going to just make an executive decision that if I watch anything from his channel, it's not going to be that first.
It depends. How do you think about Last of Us 2?
That is exactly the reason, because like wherever he lands, that is going to color my opinion of him as a critic.
That is totally fair. I think he was fair in that video, but I understand you don't want to jump in on the deep end on that one.
Yeah, that is very much a deep end of that. Oh, I have watched one of this guy's videos. That's why I recognize the name. I watched his God of War video.
Ah, okay, yeah, that was a good one. Well, honestly, I don't think he's made a video that I haven't enjoyed, so that's fair. Yeah. But on the note of jumping into the deep end, so to speak, I actually did come across someone I didn't like in this format, and it happened fast. I think it was a God of War video, actually, and I forget the channel name, but it was like Rye Tech. Something like that. It's Rye something. And I watched 5 minutes of it, and 4 minutes of the video was shit talking Jim Sterling.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Overview.
Just I don't know why you would base your channel around long form reviews and then spend that long telling someone they're a failure as a human being for existing and having opinions. So that was apparently that's how you lose me as a viewer. Super quick is badmouth someone I actually really enjoy.
And, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm saying, maybe you don't enjoy. What the fuck?
What? Maybe you don't enjoy. Maybe you're just hallucinating.
Yeah.
It might
Are you
also-
sure you're?
yeah.
Are you sure
What-
you're not hallucinating?
What I
'Cause your
was going
enjoyment-
for was I have stopped enjoying Jim Sterling. Like, I stopped watching his videos like years ago. But yes.
Oh, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
I mean, even they have gone out on a limb and said like it's okay to stop watching their videos, like or
Yeah.
take a break from them or whatever, because like it's just endless depression stuff about the gaming industry.
Yeah, there's sometimes when it's just like you know what? I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's stuff that I feel has to be talked about, but it's
Mm.
not something you want to binge watch.
It's hard to quantify when I stopped watching, because it tended to go on certain topics a lot. So all I can judge it by was when I stopped watching, he had a red background. Now he has purple, and well, then I went back and looked at some of the newer videos at the time, and he had a purple background and started wearing lipstick. And I didn't see anything new from the channel or from his videos that I wanted to re-engage with, I guess. Like, it was still the same shtick, and I had apparently grown sick of it enough that I stopped watching. So, I didn't continue. Yeah. So.
Yeah, understandable.
There's only so much game industry talk that you can take,
Yeah.
especially with how depressing everything else is these days.
Like, they're
Yeah.
still talking about the same topics that will still continue to be a thing long after they stop making videos. So, you know, you can only hear the same talking points so many times, I guess. Especially when it's depressing that things aren't actually changing. Yeah.
Yeah. That is usually people's stopping point. Is this isn't getting any better? I don't really want to hear about it because it's not going to get better. That's usually when I take a break, is when that overwhelms me a little bit. But let's see. Did I ever talk more about Far Cry 6?
Not recently.
Hello?
So, sorry, I guess I was waiting for more of an answer. I don't know. Anyway, so I beat Far Cry 6, and that game does live service games in such a weird way, in that it's a live service game, and they update, like they throw a bunch of new stuff at you once a week, or not a bunch of stuff. It's like it's not a lot of stuff, honestly. It's just so confusing how they do it. In that it's not enough. They're trying to be a live service game, but they're just not doing well at it.
Funny enough, having spoken about Jim Sterling, oh, Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
What happened?
That's one of his phrases. Is
Ubisoft.
Because Ubisoft just kept fucking up so regularly that he was just like, he had a whole skit and like intro of a segment of his show dedicated to Ubisoft fuck ups, complete with logo of the logo vomiting on itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was Jim Sterling. I know they are somewhat trans at this point. I don't know whether they changed their name.
I think they go by Stephanie, or I'm not totally sure. I'm not confident.
I'm just gonna say Sterling for the sake of not dead naming. Just gonna go Sterling from now on.
The channel name is still Jim Sterling. I think this is more like a brand name at this point.
I don't know.
Pretty much.
I mean, Jim Sterling wasn't the real name anyway; it was a character name. But whatever.
I didn't actually know that. I just assumed that was his name.
Yeah, it was never his real name. I think it was mentioned because of the lawsuit thing that happened that he spoke about his real name at that time. So, Far Cry 6 is Wii
Right.
Live Service. Yeah.
So in the game, there's sections of the map. There's 3 areas, and then each area has like 6 or 7 different sections on it. And every week, it will update in that one of them will be retaken by the enemy, and you have to take it back. And then the enemies will be stronger, which means nothing. And you get a special mission at it. And they did at least for when I popped back in a couple weeks ago, they did a crossover event with Machete. I don't know his actual name, but the guy who plays Machete.
Oh shit.
Oh man, he was on. I know that actor.
Fuck it, I'm googling it. God damn it.
Danny Trejo?
That's
It was
the one,
Danny
thank you.
Trejo.
Danny Trejo. Yep.
Yeah. So they had Danny's Tacos or Trejo's Tacos or something like that.
Trejo's Taco sounds like a good fit.
Yeah, and they just had a little mission that you could play that was Trejo's Tacos, and I guess it was just like this dumb little escort guard the person mission. I didn't play it because I didn't find it right. It's a little confusing to get to it.
Yeah.
I actually played something else, but so I guess they're adding stuff to it, but it's a weird amount because it's not like full on DLC. It's just like, hey, pop back in every week for like an hour.
I'm pretty sure they did stuff like that for like Assassin's Creed Origins. Of just like live service shtick. Of like, hey, here's a super special boss or something. It's only going to be here for a certain amount of time. I guess they're just continuing that trend.
Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. I've recently, I don't know why, I just had the urge to play Divinity 2, so I went and grabbed it, and I've been playing it, and it's brutal.
Oh, for that game, I actually followed like a build guide for the specific type of character I wanted to play.
Did it help?
Yeah, it helped a lot actually.
Oh, wow!
Because
yeah.
different like sort of skills and things that you put points into affect how you play that game. So like, if you're going to play like a necromancer, what you're actually playing is somebody who's a melee fighter, because necromancy means that when you're attacking people, you're getting HP back.
Yeah, you are essentially a meat tank.
Right. So what you're doing is kind of like playing more of a Dark Knight build, which is what I was doing because I was playing the skeleton guy. But like it's a little bit complicated getting started in that game. Just
very.
be careful. Make sure you have a full party.
So
if you don't have a full party, have the lone wolf thing at least. Right?
Okay, yeah, they did that. So I started playing the first time, and I went like, my first run through a game is usually heavy armor sword and board because it's boring but reliable and sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I played a knight, although two-handed seemed like the best bet since shields seemed kind of worthless at first. So I did okay, but I just kept dying when I got to the Reaper's Coast. Just death after death after death. So I restarted, and I talked to my brother, who's played a lot more than me, and he recommended a summoner, actually. And that's going
that's
a
really
lot
good.
better. I am a summoner. I picked Sabine as my one follower because I have Lone Wolf. So I summon a bunch of shit. She jumps up onto something high because she's a ranger. And then just DPS everything. And it's working fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
I have noticed status effects will kill me.
Yes.
Because there's only 2 of us, especially if I don't get to go first and I can't summon anything. If my characters get knocked down, I have essentially lost the fight.
The benefit of being...
Go ahead.
The benefit of being a skeleton is that a lot of status effects just don't work on you.
Yeah, knockdown does. I'm actually Fane.
You are Fane. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
Knockdown still does. See if you're gonna invest a little bit into necromancy and combustion, see if you can get corpse explosion. That's a fun one.
That I don't think I have the skill, but I do have the stats for it. I kind of subclassed into a little bit of polymorph, a little bit of necromancy.
Yeah, play around a little bit. Give yourself some options.
I did. I think I have a full 10 points in water as well, since that's for healing stuff.
Because some gear will actually just give you points in specific skills, so you don't have to worry too much.
Oh, it's great. So yeah, I've actually been enjoying it. As frustrating as it is, I die constantly, and unfortunately on the PS4, at least my PS4, since I don't have like a Pro or anything, it takes like 3 minutes to fully load a game. So it's really frustrating to die and then have to just wait.
I couldn't actually play the game on my old computer because like it was so intensive, I guess. Or maybe just unoptimized, but it was only after I got my new computer where like, oh yeah, no, I can play this game now without it freaking chugging.
I'm kind of glad to hear that. Like, I thought it was just me that was having problems.
No. It's a rough game to to play at times.
That is fair. And I think no. Anyone watching Boba Fett? Book of Boba?
I haven't seen the latest one.
I don't believe I have either. I think I'm 1 episode behind, not 2. But I have been enjoying it. It's quite good.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone who hasn't given that a shot, if you enjoy Mandalorian, it's more of that. So, yeah, that's me.
Boba. I think
I don't know who's gone yet.
We've all gone now. I think we've hit the end.
Everybody's gone. Hi, audience. I know I said only 3 times, but fuck you. I'm doing it anyway. I don't care.
I mean, fair enough.
I am very easily amused, so I'm just gonna keep doing this whole thing for the outro. Do we have to do the Patreons? Patreons next week or the week after?
And we already did it. We're good.
Yeah, we're good for January. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, in the description, there's a couple of links. One of them's for our Discord server that is technically public, but I don't think we just like put it on the register or anything. So, it's there's people.
Is that part of our Patreon?
No, it's just on the video description. We just put it there.
Oh.
Yeah.
We should probably put that on the Patreon.
I mean, everyone on the Patreon is already on the Discord server. I don't know why we would. That seems kind of pointless.
I mean, just in case. You never know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
you're
want to
whispering
do.
still.
Yeah. Just gonna do this for the whole outro. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. So,
Well, all right. I
Patreon
can't stop
link in
you.
the description. Patreon link in the description for anyone that wants to pay me for doing dumb shit like this. It's really, actually, a little difficult for me to whisper for this long. I don't know why. My throat is starting to hurt a little bit. It's very strange. But, so, if for some reason you find this entertaining, maybe consider dropping us a couple bucks on Patreon. We'd appreciate it. Yeah. So, thanks for listening, everybody. Bye, everybody. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
The fuck is
Your
wrong with
your
me?
throat okay, Casey? I don't know.
The fuck is wrong
Weird
with me?
moods, I guess. I get it.